It seems like everyone lately, from Nintendo to Microsoft, is adding a game subscription service. But Sony and Nintendo seem to love money so much, they are paywalling your access to games that can't be bought anywhere else, unless you go on sites like eBay or older devices that may not even have an online storefront anymore, like the Nintendo Wii or the PlayStation Portable. Sony just announced their new PlayStation Plus subscription service, and like Nintendo's, all the games are getting locked behind a paywall. For $17.99 a month, you're getting access to PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation Portable games as backwards compatible titles. These titles can be downloaded locally, or streamed to your PS4, PS5, or PC. PlayStation 3 is also getting added, but it's stuck to streaming as they're not going to invest in PlayStation 3 emulation. And if your subscription ends, your access to everything mentioned is locked. There's no way to buy any of these individually. You have to have a subscription. I wonder why they wanted to shut down the PlayStation 3, PSP, and PlayStation Vita stores. Nintendo is doing the same thing with Nintendo Switch Online service. NES and Super Nintendo games for $20 a year, or for $50 a year, you also get Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis games. Granted, these games have been fixed, updated, games have been added, and don't seem to rotate in and out like some other services. They also give you access to the Mario Kart 8 track pack, along with some Animal Crossing DLC as well. It's a shame you can't just buy these games individually like you can with the Mario Kart 8 track pack or the Animal Crossing DLC. Makes you wish they weren't shutting down the Wii U and 3DS shops either. Even the Wii Shop, you can't buy any new games. And I would not be surprised if they added GameCube games to the expansion pack too. Or even a new tier. Wii and GameCube games for $80 a year. Microsoft gets this a lot better than the competition. You can either subscribe to Game Pass, or buy the games individually. All original Xbox games, Xbox 360, and Xbox One titles are all individually for sale. You don't have to resubscribe to anything like Game Pass. Unless you want to. Does it sound like I'm praising Microsoft and Xbox a little too much? Then this video's for you, because let me tell you, I hated setting up my Series S. I had crappy data-capped internet from a mobile hotspot. Not the best combo for games that are over 100 gigabytes for a system that requires you to be connected to the internet just to activate it. Steam, from what I have seen, doesn't seem to have any subscription service of any form whatsoever. Next subscription-based provider games we have is Electronic Arts. Well, I forgot that existed. So for a fee, you get to play some EA games days before they actually come out. And for $100 a year, you get to play the premium edition with all the DLC and expansion packs. Not exactly exciting, but at least EA games can be bought without an EA Play subscription. I mean, again, I completely forgot this thing even existed until someone reminded me. So what does Rockstar and Take-Two have to do with this? Grand Theft Auto Online greed. Rockstar announced a subscription-based service as well for GTA 5 on PS5 and Xbox Series consoles. You also need a subscription to play online on top of this, as it's not available on PC. So for $5.99 a month, you get 500,000 GTA bucks and various other things in-game. Remember that this is a game that came out on the PlayStation 3 in 2013. It's 2022 and this is what they announced. Grand Theft Auto 5 expanded and enhanced our bank account. As for the PlayStation 3 emulation argument, well, hobbyists were able to make a PlayStation 3 emulator for free, in their free time. Microsoft and Xbox have invested a lot of money to make backwards compatibility a thing. So why is Sony only allowing PlayStation 3 games to be streamed? Why won't they invest the money into it? Less effort, more money. Why take the time, energy, money, and effort into making an emulator when you can just use your existing PlayStation Now cloud-based streaming service, add more titles to it, and lock it behind a paywall? What other features could be paywalled? Well, save data backups for one. Nintendo and Sony are doing that with PlayStation Plus and their Switch Online services. Steam and Xbox they don't do that. They're free to every account holder. And I wonder what other features are going to be paywalled. Demos? Didn't they do that in the PS3 era? Wow. Games can get delisted due to licensing agreements. Online storefronts are shut down whenever a new game system comes out years later. And fan outcry is always negative towards these practices. So what's my point of all this? Paywalling games to a subscription service with no way of buying them individually? That's probably not a good idea. Especially in an industry already with so much greed and ripping off, loot boxes and all that stuff.
Do you consider loot boxes to be an ethical feature of your games? Kerry?
Well, first, we don't call them loot boxes. I think that was...
Whatever term you wish to apply to them, do you consider them ethical?
So what we look at as surprise mechanics.
I can already see this being adopted as a whole by the industry by 2040. Everything is going subscription-based, and it's just basically a glorified rental system. It just worries me what future of gaming holds if these kind of business practices continue like this. Anyway, this is Bio signing off. Hope you have a great day.